All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'm going to give it all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. We should give all praise to the Heavenly Father, and then the Son, the Word, only caused God, in Jesus Christ. I also want to give double honors to the Elder Apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well for teaching this truth, as well as say shalom to the hopeful elect, or the Akim, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. The Lord wants to be able to find a lesson. I want to touch on, just speak on the fact that, the people, people don't really, people be willing in the day of thy power, man. As it says, Psalms 110 and 3, just quote the precept, because, a lot of people have a problem with, what brothers are teaching. Again, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, there's truths coming out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We're living in a great awakening, man. The truth is going out through the four corners of the earth. People, whether they choose to take heed or not, man, it's gonna come to pass, man. Scripture say, what is some haven't believed, man? Just because you don't believe that something is gonna happen doesn't mean that it won't. You know what I mean? So it's gonna come to pass regardless, man. Scripture say all these things should not go out void, man. All right, let me grab that in Isaiah. Matter of fact, yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna grab verse 6 first. This is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6, and it says, "Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Right, that's what we're supposed to be doing right now, man. Are you not supposed to be waiting until all hell breaks loose, or until shit hits the fan, and this word, because this word is about to be done with really soon, man. You see a lot of censorship going on in the media with different, the red pill community, different, the manosphere and so on and so forth. People who basically just speaking on masculinity and speaking on how men are supposed to be, because that's how it's supposed to be according to the scriptures, man. Supposed to be strong men, supposed to be austere, we're supposed to be, that masculinity, people are, don't get me wrong, man, it's still, most of our people are still completely gone, but it is a certain, small fraction who are actually coming into, coming to the realization that, man, that's all these things, man, were put in place for a reason. There's a reason why all these things were set up, ultimately by the Lord. But it's only it's not because once his word gets taken off the internet, man, because it tells you in Amos 8:11 about the famine of the word, because it's gonna be a famine of food, and it's gonna be a famine of getting this truth, man. Being able to get this knowledge, wisdom, understanding, these different breakdowns of the scriptures, man. Because ultimately, these things are going to keep us stable in the times to come, man. And you're not going to be able to have it very soon, man. Or you're not going to be able to access it, man. Once they take the profits off the internet, we can't be on the highways, hedges anymore. Whereas if there's a lockdown versus they put us in the news, they completely demonize us and make us out to be these complete monsters, that we're just these extremists, these terrorists. All these things are coming, man, as prophesied. So you gotta see the Lord right now while you can find him, man. Not wait until it's too late, till you can't even you're scrambling for answers, man. I'm gonna jump down to verse 11, because that's what I was getting at earlier about the word not going out void, man. See, it's important to get these things and get this understanding now, because these things are going to happen. Again, like I just mentioned, what if some say they don't believe, man? Just because you don't believe doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. All right, this is Isaiah 55 and verse 11. It says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Right, so it's like here for the I'm in transit right now, so I'm trying to read and drive at the same time, but nevertheless, that's what's gonna happen, man. All these things are gonna come to pass, man. Just because it may seem like it's taking a long time. 'Cause that's what a lot of people like to say as well, man. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, y'all been saying that. People been saying the world was gonna end, man. People been saying this. People been saying that." It's like, well, man, the scripture tell you that the vision's for an appointed time, man. And it shall speak and not lie. Don't tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come when I tarry, man. Habakkuk 2 and 3. Brothers bring it out all the time, because that's such a key precept and understanding that, not to be patient. We hasten in the day of the Lord, but we know that, the vision's from the point of time, man. Ultimately, it's ordained by the Most High, and it'll come to pass when He wants it to come to pass. All we can do is measure the times diligently in itself and understand, how we're supposed to be carrying ourselves in these last days. Because these are the last days, people, the main topic of this lesson, our people should be willing to day thy power. I'm grab it, Psalms 110, because, once that power comes, man, to the men of the Lord, man, once brothers are getting that spiritual power, once brothers have that, because right now, see, no one cares what the Israelite man really, period, in general, has to say, and definitely not, the righteous men of the Lord, all right? They don't care what we have to say, because why? We don't have any, we're not sovereign, man. We don't have any type of sovereignty. We don't have any type of rule. We don't have any type of real power and control as to, the affairs of this world. So, that's why we don't have any type of respect, because ultimately people only respect power, man, all right? I always make the point that, it's a reason why, when a cop tells you to do something, you'll actually go and do it, man. All right, because when a cop tells you to do something, you understand that he has the authority to assert his physical dominance over you, man, which is power. Because ultimately, the greatest power is physicality, man. People want to, speak on all this peace and that Martin Luther King spirit, just want to protest, and man, none of that's gonna do anything, man. Again, we're not gonna do it by us, man, but it's the Lord is gonna do it ultimately, man. The scripture said weapons of warfare are not carnal, and they're not, man. We're not gonna get a bunch of arms and go try to fight and overthrow Esau, man. We know we'll lose, man, because he was blessed with the sword. That's his lane, man. All right, there's no way we can beat him at his own game. What do we need? We need divine intervention. All right, we need our Lord Yahushua, our Savior, man. That's what his name means, man. Yahushua, He saves, He delivers, man. All right, we need Him to come back and deliver us out of the situation that we're currently subject to, man. All right, because the 144,000 men, man. That's the only that's the remnant that's gonna come back. All right, and be and be delivered, ultimately, those 144, it starts those 144,000 men, and through them will, the rest of the, that 1/3 of our nation, nation Israel, so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans will be saved, because, literally, like, here you have it, you see, this is literally, like, one of the greatest sacrifices you can make, man, not only for yourself, but for our people as a whole. We're literally, we're working our own salvation with fear and trembling, but we're also doing this for our people, man. Because in the kingdom, all people should be righteous, man. As it tells you, Isaiah 60th chapter, and that's what we're fighting for, man. We're fighting for the kingdom of heaven, man. We want to be sovereign. We want people to rule. We want to be in an earth, in an earth where in it dwelleth righteousness, man. All right, we're tired of having to deal with this wicked world, man. This wicked society. We're tired of being, subject to all these, to the devil, man, because that's who's in rulership right now. Esau Edom, man, the self-proclaimed white man, all right, this is what he calls himself, all right, because, and he exalts himself to be this high and mighty being, when really he's really the basis of man, as the scriptures tell you. All right, and that's why when we get that true power, man, we're gonna overtake him, because that's how his power is the sword, man. What's the modern day sword? The modern day sword is the gun, man. Him and his military might was what's allowed him to rule over the earth as he has, man. And once that's null and void, once that's irrelevant, once brothers, once any type of carnal means don't affect us, because what scriptures tell you, man, scriptures say we're gonna be changed, man, the twinkling of an eye. Scriptures say that this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, man. 1 Corinthians 15th chapter. So, we're never going to die, man. We're really going to be like Superman. You look at all these different comic books, look at all these different movies, man. Where do you think they get all these things from, man? Brothers going to the spiritual power all the time, all the different breakdowns on it, man. Scripture talking about all the different miracles we'll do, how we'll be like Yahushua himself and do great works to him. It's not going to be a light thing. Like, Lord really about to, there's really going to be a heavy statement that's about to be made on the earth, man. You got to think the amount of power is going to be displayed for 144,000 men to subdue all the other heathen nations, man. All right? Well, all Esau's might, as well as the rest of the nations, man, none of that's going to mean anything, man. All right? We're not going to be able to die. All right? We're going to have the Lord on our side, man. All right? We're going to be immortals, man. So let me grab the Psalms 110 and If I don't have anything else come to mind, I'll probably close it out. It's Psalms 110 and chapter 110 and verse 3, and it says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness." Matter of fact, let me start at the top, because this is, I'm always get the whole, this. So let me start from the top. It says, the Yahweh said unto my Lord, "Sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool." And that's about to happen real soon, man. All enemies will be our footstool, man. Or it's not going to be because ultimately our Lord Yahweh shall sit on the right hand side of the Lord, man. And he was waiting on that signal. He's waiting to be called into action, all right? And who's on the left hand side, man? The Satan himself, man. All right, the spiritual demon Satan, all right? And who's the physical manifestation of who is the physical manifestation of the spiritual demon Satan? Esau, even the so-called white man. Scriptures tell you he's the border of wickedness, man. All right, that's literally the purpose he was created for, and he's lived up to that, man. He's in his lot, man. He's fulfilling his lot. All right, that's exactly what he's been, man. He's completely done nothing but just destroy the earth and be exactly what he's created to be, and that's the devil. All right, this is verse 2, it says, "Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies." Right, man. Out of strength of Zion. What's Zion, man? Jerusalem, Yasharallah, Israel, man. That's us, man. Which is a people before it's a place, okay? That's the chosen seed, man. Again, the so-called Black Latinos, Native Americans. These proverbs and bywords that we're now currently known by to completely blind us and have us in confusion, now understanding who we are, our heritage, and understanding the power we possess. And that's why these elites are really worried, man. All right, they really understand that they're in fear of what this truth represents. Brothers on the highways and hedges, brothers being together, not being against each other, not killing each other. Scripture talk about that curse, that heavy curse that's been that's befallen upon us, and us having an evil eye towards our brother, man. And that's they're seeing it's a different spirit going out there, man. Our brothers, the rest of being brotherly, man, not treating each other like dogs, not killing each other off, man, and being in that degenerate spirit. All right. Verse 3, it says, "Thy people shall be willing a day thy power, and the beauties of holiness. From the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth." Right, man. See, people are going to be willing that day, man. When brothers have that power, man, when the Lord is dealing with brothers again, man, it's going to be a whole nother level, man. See, Esau knows, man, first and foremost, starting with him, because he's the main problem on earth. He's our main enemy. All right, he knows that as long as he keeps us in a low state, man, he knows that he can continue to just, wreak havoc on our people, man. He knows that our Lord won't be dealing with us, and they do it intentionally, man. This is Judah chapter 5 verse 20. It says, "Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them." And that's exactly what's happened, man. We've gone off against our power. We've fallen away. That's been our ruin, all right? That's allowed our enemies to go up over us, man. Esau, Edom, with all the heathen nations, man, because literally, all the rest of the nation just as much of an enemy. It tells you that in Psalms 83. All right, it's not just Esau; it's all the other heathen nations. That's why they're all going into hardcore slavery and into bondage and captivity for a 1,000-year period in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, so. And that's when real power is gonna be displayed, man. Not only when we subdue these heathen, but when they're in slavery, man, for a 1,000-year period, man. That's when you're gonna see real power demonstrated. That's when there's not gonna be any confusion. It's not gonna be any debate. It's gonna be very clear who the Lord is dealing with, who He's not. It's gonna be very clear who Yasharallah is, man, the Prince of the Power. It's gonna be very clear who is the Lord's chosen people, man. Chosen, man. In the Hebrew, it's like holy, which in the Hebrew is kodash, means set apart, man. It's gonna be very clear and evident in that day, man, and Lord willing is soon. So, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Kodash, double honors, elders, apostles, the great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.